Arisima my mama na jo UTV so any day ka say boy chat okra ene dey ebesomo e dey dimakotri bi ene se kamam kabi amamu anase kamam kabi hyase wo Ghana na se bedwam no emfie aduasani wa hye hofa wo na se bedwafi
sanso aka ho bi ama mrahye bedwane a ono ene gina ho ma so amempeso aso ono anso na akọ mrahye bedwafi a edom kese no odo omano no wakasa achemu se Ghana se betumpon a ya mamre constitution no e wo se etimi sakra mu
edon kuma de ato aban ni se ontoto man sikasem yi esanse sikasem ana enkoyi enti na Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na ban etudu
mrahye bedwafi sha omofa eye mfie aduasa omadi no aka ho bi ama pani a ono eneda CDD ano akasa achro omo se omo nkoso emmo adwuma selebe ya Ghana for bekoso enye omo mu gidie
we ye kan sama hodo a enwume eniano mienu ya transe na ede ebesomo bidinde David ofori safo eneminya
Kwame Owusu Ediomi
afensemu enchemu eni Kamami Kabi shase wo Ghana ye mrahye bedwam no emfi aduasa 30 years ni and I'm so amo ahyahofa wo parliament na speaker of parliament right honorable Alban Kingsford Samana Bible wono ne die ni mu madwumadi no etimi ekoso na opening HSA Ghana ohwe Kamami Kabi a ekoyie pa na obesrese yenkoso ankitankitamu na emfampunto pi emre omai no
Ghana is blessed. A full Republican Parliament is blessed. And my good self is more than blessed. And I'm grateful to the Almighty God for my life and for seeing me through up to date. As has been said, it serves as a tonic for revitalization and refocusing. As Therese Deal, the American author said, and I quote, "Celebrations infuse life with passion and purpose. They summon the human spirit." And it's with this I launch today's anniversary celebration. I launch this anniversary with immense gratitude to the patriotic citizens of this country, both departed and alive, because they made various sacrifices in order to birth our current democratic dispensation. They were the members of the Constituent Assembly who put together our Constitution. You all recall our late former president, His Excellency Flight Lieutenant General John Rawlings, together with members of the Provisional National Defense Council, which he led, whose commitment and stay proved invaluable contributions to the introduction of the Fourth Republic. So were there many other ardents of democracy of different political persuasions. Too many to mention, but it's important for this purpose to mention the late Professor Adu Boahen. And you know the role he played to see us as far as this.
Yebekoswa ejina mrahye bedwafi ho esanse omo NAD omo emfie eduasa efa na aka ho bi ama panyi a ono enejira ho se mrahye bedwani emaso amempeso aso ono aso na akọ mrahye bedwafo a dom kese na wo mrahye bedwafi no ono aneda oma no eye onumnyamfo osei chairman sabonso wakasa achemu se Ghana yebetimi atumpon na afei eye mpuntudwuma etimi afa ne ntoma pefra ewo man mu ase a ewo se Ghana ya mamra eye constitution no yetimi esakra mu odensem we nyina etudwa abra na efa omo hye eye parliament mfie aduasa no okasa ewase.
Speaker, our country 30 years into the Fourth Republic is still struggling with issues of poverty, youth unemployment, chieftaincy conflicts, economic hardships, vigilantism, insecurity of all forms, and corruption in public life. Yet we can also not claim that attempts have not been made by the political leadership in the 30 years of our democratic dispensation under the Fourth Republic to address many of these issues. Mr. Speaker, it is time to re-engineer our constitutional architecture to conform to today's realities. We need a constitutional order that frowns upon winner-takes-all syndrome and promotes collaboration, collectiveness, and consensus building in decision-making at all levels of governance. We need a new constitutional order that will ensure gender equity and, in many respects, equality to promote real development. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, the Inter-Parliamentary Union, the IPU, has resolved that by 2025, all parliaments in the world must comprise of at least 30% women representation. The Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, CPA, has adopted a similar position since last year. How prepared is the Parliament of Ghana to align without the relevant amendment to the Constitution? We need a constitutional order that will mitigate the winner-takes-all and prevent the do-or-die combat associated with our elections. A new constitutional arrangement that will liberate Parliament to perform its legislative functions without impediments, intended or unintended. Mr. Speaker, as we celebrate our 30 years, I want to urge my fellow Ghanaians not to falter in their faith in our current democratic order, but to work towards its sustenance and improvement to bring meaning to the preamble of the Constitution that indeed, and I'm quoting once again, we've established a framework of government which has secured for ourselves and posterity the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity and prosperity, whilst ensuring unity and stability for our nation.
Eguswa wo Ghana mrashe bidwefi na edom kumano peni odawano Dr. Casey Ato Forsen ono zu kasai udumedino ase eno de kokobo ma aban ne se aban ne hwe na oman sikasem ontutu ne yie pa esanse enam sikasem ana enko yie so na Ghana man peni odikan Dr. Kwame Nkrumah itu na aban guye enam so a ena kebuzi anso itu na aban guye nti aban ne hwe no man sikasem enko yie no ontutu ne yie.
Mr. Speaker, permit me to briefly comment on the issues that suggested to have provoked the overthrow of Prime Minister Buzia's government, the Progress Party, in 1972. Buzia's government is said to have inherited $580 million in debt, representing 25% of our GDP in 1969. By 1971, the $580 million has increased by $72 million in accrued interest payment and $296 million in short-term commercial credit. This led to economic difficulties which compelled Prime Minister Buzia to recommend to IMF and for IMF to introduce austerity measures that led to freeze in wages, increase in taxes, currency devaluation, and rising import prices. This led to protests, particularly by Trade Union Congress. Mr. Speaker, the army moved to occupy the TUC headquarters and block the roads. Mr. Speaker, the rest is history. Mr. Speaker, let us reflect on these allegations of the masterminds of the coup that saw the overthrow of Nkrumah's government in 1966 and the Buzia government in 1972. In our reflection, Mr. Speaker, let us be mindful of our current economic challenges and work towards a common goal to address what is before us. Nobody can benefit when the economy collapses. We cannot also sit unconcerned. Mr. Speaker, we can also not underestimate the reaction of our people. If we fail, the people of Ghana has failed. Mr. Speaker, I believe there's a good reason for which our laws change the designation from opposition to minority. Both sides have a stake in ensuring good governance in the history of our country.
Yɛbɛto ansɛm no so a ne ɛda so gyina mmarahyɛbadwa fie ɛyɛ panyin kwankyerɛfo a ɔno ɛna ɛda CDD Ghana ano ɛyɛ Paul Nana Mensa ɔde nsɛm bi ato dwa afa mmarahyɛbadwa fie dwumadi a ɔmudi we na waka sɛ mmarahyɛbadwa fie dwuma ɔmudi no adeɛ sɛ ɔmo boa pɛyi ama Ghana yɛka bi mami nka bi amamu no ɛtumi ɛtumpɔn ne nyinaa ne sɛ mmarahyɛbadwa fie a ɔmo hɔ yi no ɔmo ne civil society organizations no aka bom ama ɔmo nkitahodie ɛne edwuma ɔmo di no ɛkɔ wano pa yi nti ɔhyɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo nkɔso a ɛmbɔ edwuma na ɔmo ntimi ɛmboa ɛne civil organizations no enkoso anya adwuma said be ya Ghana ebetimi atumpon na etimi afa ne ntoma pefra.
CSOs work closely with and supply various knowledge products to MPs and committees of parliament to help improve the quality of proposed legislation. CSOs have also undertaken periodic assessments of the performance of parliament and MPs. While this last activity of CSOs has not always been welcomed by MPs and parliaments, CSOs and parliament have come to appreciate that occasional respectful disagreements is an inevitable part of their encounters and engagements, and that this too is healthy for the progressive evolution of our parliamentary democracy. Mr. Speaker, Parliament indeed has come a long way in these last 30 years. The fourth Republican Parliament is the first and only parliament in our history to reach adulthood. With the coming of age of Parliament, naturally, increased expectations from citizens, the people of Ghana still look up to Parliament to keep oversight and check and balance the executive, protect the public purse, and diligently scrutinize proposed legislation and international contracts and agreements, among other things. In short, substantial parts of the burden of making our democracy work and making it work for the people rest on the shoulders of Parliament. Continued public faith in our democracy depends to a large extent on the success of Parliament in meeting the democratic expectations and aspirations of the people. We in civil society are committed to standing with the people, and for that matter, with Parliament, to ensure that our parliamentary democracy indeed delivers for the people.
Na yetuaka sebono eso mat bosun we nim no ne de toso ensia o my Ghana yenye mfinhia adusia ensia 66 years na mbedefo chese dwumadie hodo be koso ewo mantam hodo no nyina mu Independence Day celebration no na nkramantam no chese afidie no be koso ewo tema no nam somo so afa hwe nkramantam no eso Honorable Henry Cotti chese won einafu amiensansi ho a wodi kusisi tema ene nimpatabu.
March bosome de toso nsia won fie pini ne aduonu miensan mu mechere March 6 2023 na omanti asemai Ghana yenya ye fa ahode free bonifita ensem wo no na yenya mfinhia aduosia nsia enti ye baba be hye ho fan no eye 66 Independence Day celebration. Na enkramantam musuafo akiremu afi wedie no enya de be bobbo chenku e wo mantam mu mansiri wo nkrantwea so na afi wo mode aye Independence Parade ni nyina na emum no ye be kwakoboa ya no se yafunu ba ko mumma e Tema Metropolitan Assembly ho no mo enti wo mo e de Operation Clean Your Frontage e ba be hye so e Tema na ntwea so na ne wo mo siesie montene so ma montene so ate se nwan efin ba kokora ni wo no mo pese wo de nani ko twa wisi ane hwene santam ebehu wo ho no enti wo de adesede e so abaikra chempanifo adwadifo ene wo mo ye adwuma wodo nyina ne ade hye wo Tema nyina se edani dru so na so wo mo ye siesie adwumadie no a wo mo enje twi ene tredempie montene so no mra meboa wo mo se na be ye ni so ade hunu no ebe wie peye pa.
So over here, and chair, Omanpenny, Aboy and Coco, state-owned enterprises, Yanuma, Benjamin, say, and Pat, a famunya, and Tianshana, Yan Catty costs. Na Caneno, Nank, woman, yan no more assemblies. Now, ye share, no, so more yanisa, a canoe through. And say, yes, sir, I feed ye, Yadina, boom, ni abe ni tema mantem ye fa 6 months no so ona ye de siesie tema ni aye no kama operation clean your front ye ma mesiesie o mu fie ni mimo mu ye ma mesiesie o mu companies ni mimo mu na mmo mu won wankasa na be yo ni abo mu na fare yo aba si enu mu ni nyama ye be ye on the 2nd on the 3rd on the 4th afi motorway ube wi aso nse de hotie e be yi cars nchese cars 60 kwan so ha na e be yi ni na ye wi a ye ni GPR to fu akasa ye ni e ma na kasa ye nyom gidigidi ye sro mu ye ni se kromu ayeyi kakra wo mu nko dwom no mu ndi dwa trotro fo so enko station ho no mu loadu eno a na ehwehwe
Yebetwa kasebo no so ana ekopim o NDC for akache eye enchepi na NDC amonyoko no ebi enkrata mu se obi opese ofakrata ebetu franka anase ogina semra shebedwani ema NDC amonyoko no enne omobi enwuma mu se opese ofa obefakrata bra party ne aso na ebefakrata we aka ho bi ama ankane Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama mpanifo edinanim akofakrata amano nenne abra omukopim party aso no former vice chancellor ono ena na da University of Professional Studies ano ono akro ya nso ena na NDC amonyoko no odi mutintin man pa Professor Joshua Alabi ene mpanifo ahodo ekopie mu party na so ya omukofa nkrata ema yewura John Dramani Mahama say ompo 2024 abato no obejina se franka tufo ama NDC amanyoko no
Ghanaians are not only asking for the NDC to come back, but they are asking for a well-experienced leader. In this game, the current economic crisis in this country, leadership counts. 2 keywords, leadership counts. And if leadership counts, then experience is the key. One who has done it before, and one who is very humble. Fortunate for us in the NDC and in the country as a whole, we have somebody like that. And we can't afford to allow him to sit down whilst we have a very huge challenge, tax to settlement. So we are here to pick his form and to work for him. I'm very confident that come 2024 December, January 2025, NDC will be forming the new government. And the NDC will be forming the new government under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Nomination forms omkoto ya headquarters wono no. Communications director de NDC amanyoko no kakra isamwa. Wono energy bankers draft ni nyina na wowie ya no nomination forms no ehye Professor Joshua Alabi ene ne nkae form ba ye nyina ensemu ani nyina no mugina mampani dada John Dramani Mahama dinimu etoye ema no.
We are ready. You've got your money. So I hand you the receipt for your money. Thank you very much. And then the documents that you will fill and bring to us in a month's time in triplicate. Please remember to fill it fully. Remember to fill it accurately. And remember that at the end, when we have looked through, we will vet your candidate. So tell him to prepare for all that. With this, I wish you the very best. Our people are waiting for liberation. Thank you very much.
And then komotwetwe beba no san semia NDC for mo bi nkrata mu se obi opese ogina na ogina se frankatufo anase ogina se mrahye bedwani wo Ghana ha sei no anase Ghana mpesua so no obetimi akofa nkrata na afi Ghana yesi kasema ato ape na mpanyimfo we se betimi agina no sa nkomotwetwe no ene Bongo David Oforisafo oni mpanyimfo betimi atena se no mo de sa nkomo no abramo na ansa na no ye betwa ho sima ye ba ode nkomotwetwe no ebeto aso